students, welcome to OL Experts. This is your biology class where we try and make biology interesting and understandable. So today we are going to begin with the new chapter, Why Do We Fall Ill? In this particular chapter, we are going to know about different illnesses, different diseases, the kinds of diseases, as well as we are going to know the reason why we fall ill or why we have diseases. As well as we are also going to know कि कैसे हम diseases को prevent कर सकते हैं या फिर अलग अलग diseases का cure क्या होता है. So let us begin. तो सबसे पहले you already know कि the entire human body, for that matter any living organism, is made up of small cells. The cells are the structural as well as functional unit of any living organisms. Cell जो होता है ना वो dynamic state में होता है. इन अ सेंस कि हर टाइम सेल में कुछ ना कुछ होता रहता है, कोई ना कोई एक्टिविटी होती रहती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल द सेल्स दे मे बी मूविंग फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, या फिर अगर सेल्स एक ही प्लेस पे भी होते हैं तब भी दे आर एक्चुअली परफॉर्मिंग अ लॉट ऑफ फंक्शंस. एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कोई ना कोई अगर डिसरप्शंस हो जाते हैं तो उनको भी मैनेज करना, उनको प्रिवेंट करना प्लस रिपेयर करना, all this is also part of activities of a cell. So as such, the cell is in a dynamic state at all times. Similar is the case in our body. The functioning of different organs in our body. The cells at the root level or the basic level are performing the similar functions, right? और जब वो organ बना लेते हैं तो organ physiological functions perform करता है. अब जितने भी ये ऑर्गन्स होते हैं वो एक्चुअली बॉडी में जो नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग होती है या एज सच बॉडी की ओवरऑल कनेक्टिविटी के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं. सो वी कैन से द फिजियोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटीज व्हिच आर परफॉर्म्ड बाय द डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स आर आल्सो इंटरकनेक्टेड. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल द हार्ट इज ऑलवेज पंपिंग द ब्लड, जो कि अलग अलग ऑर्गन्स तक पहुंचता है, एंड दैट इज हाउ दे आर एबल टू गेट एनर्जी, दे आर एबल टू गेट न्यूट्रिएंट्स, द कंपोनेंट्स दैट दे रिक्वायर, राइट? The brain is always controlling and coordinating the activities of different organs, right? Kidney क्या कर रही है? Kidney, it is removing all the waste from the body, so that is also important, so that the organs are saved from any kind of toxicity, right? So as such हम देखते हैं सारे के सारे organs जो होते हैं उनकी functioning actually interlinked होती है. यानी कि if any of these activities stops या फिर कहीं पे भी अगर malfunctioning हो जाती है तो as such effect पूरी बॉडी पे देखा जा सकता है. It would affect the whole normal functionality of the body. Any disturbance in the functioning of cells in one part of the system or the body disturbs the entire functioning of the body as a whole. So as such we can see हमारी बॉडी में जितने cells होते हैं वो भी interlinked होते हैं, plus the organs, the cells which are making up the tissue, and the tissues are combining together to form organs. The organs are also interlinked with one another such that पूरी की पूरी normal functionality as such सभी organs पर equally depend करती है. What is the significance of health? Well, health को अगर define करना हो ना, it is not simply the absence of a disease. In fact, जब हम health को measure करते हैं या health को define करते हैं, we take in a lot of aspects. Like for example, it is a state of being so that one performs good physically, he has social and mental balance, and also has a positive outlook. So health is a state of complete physical, social as well as mental well-being. Good health in fact constitutes a healthy body with a healthy mind and a healthy attitude towards environment, towards work, towards the society, etc. And is not merely an absence of a disease. Sometimes the disease can be absent from a person, but he might not be in good health. So for maintaining a healthy life cycle, a person needs to have a balanced, nutritionally varied diets. He needs to exercise regularly in order to keep himself fit. He needs to live in a clean, hygienic shelter, get proper sleep so that he is able to overcome various pressures, and practice proper sanitation amongst various other things. Now what are the basic factors which affect health? तो सबसे पहले अगर देखें, पर्सनल हाइजीन ऑन एन इंडिविजुअल लेवल विल ऑब्वियसली अफेक्ट हेल्थ. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, हम कौन कौन से स्टेप्स ले सकते हैं टू मेंटेन पर्सनल हाइजीन एंड पर्सनल हेल्थ? वी हैव टू टेक प्रॉपर बैलेंस्ड एंड न्यूट्रिशियस डाइट. वी हैव टू कीप आवर बॉडी क्लीन. सैनिटेशन का ध्यान रखना है, हाइजीन का ध्यान रखना है, राइट? वी हैव टू एक्सरसाइज रेगुलरली, एक्सेट्रा. All of these steps are going to ensure personal health at an individual level. Then public cleanliness or community health is also important. Now the environment in which we live, it almost directly impacts a person's individual health also. काफी बार हम स्ट्रेस भी करते हैं as to how much pollution is there in our environment, the air quality is degrading, etc. That is because ultimately जो भी एनवायरमेंटल इफेक्ट्स होंगे, जो भी कम्युनिटी हेल्थ के इश्यूज होंगे, वो हमें डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट करते हैं. सो कीपिंग आवर एनवायरमेंट क्लीन एट एन इंडिविजुअल लेवल एंड हाइजीनिक इज इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंटेनिंग द हेल्थ ऑफ नॉट ओनली द इंडिविजुअल बट ऑल्सो आवर एंटायर कम्युनिटी. इनफैक्ट यू कैन सी कि इसी तरह से पर्सनल हेल्थ और पब्लिक क्लीनलीनेस या फिर कम्युनिटी हेल्थ ओवरलैप भी करते हैं. So if you maintain community health, you are obviously working towards personal health. If you are maintaining personal health, you are actually working at an individual level towards community health as well. Then there is social well-being. So you all know man actually lives in a society, and to maintain overall health, a good social environment is also required. Social equality and harmonious relationship between the individuals of a population is extremely important when we talk about social well-being. Then there is good economic conditions. See, for maintaining any kind of health, to prevent any kind of malnourishment, etc., we need food. और food को buy करने के लिए we need money. For money, we need to work. So, economic stability or good economic conditions along with employment is extremely necessary if we are to maintain health at an individual level as well as at the level of the community. So here you can see that all of these factors actually overlap and as such एक दूसरे पे dependent भी होते हैं when we talk about health. Then let us talk about the 5 F's. The 5 F's actually represent how we can prevent the transmission of infectious pathogens जो कि especially fecal matter में present होते हैं for maintaining proper hygiene and sanitation. So let us look at these 5 F's as you can see here in the picture. Fecal matter जो होता है, अगर it mixes with our food, with the drinking water, then obviously जो भी germs, जो भी bacteria, जो भी pathogens as such fecal matter में present होते हैं, they can be transmitted to the human race and can also be transmitted from one person to the other, right? तो इसको हमें prevent करना है. So first of all, fluids में fecal matter का होना कैसे prevent किया जा सकता है? We have to protect the water sources and treat and store water extremely safely. Boiling water is one method जो कि हम actually individual level पे use कर सकते हैं. Then if the fecal matter is present in our nails, within our fingers, we need to wash hands before preparing and taking food as well as after defecation. After we have been to the toilet, it is extremely necessary to wash our hands and nails properly. Then flies. Flies generally they sit on the fecal matter and then they carry the germs, the pathogens, and then they sit on the food and transfer these germs and pathogens to the food. So we must cover the food and control measures should be used in order to prevent the contamination via flies. Then fecal matter can also be added to the fields, right? So in that case, we need to clean the vegetables and fruits before use because they may be contaminated on their outer surface by the fecal matter. And also we should avoid open defecation so that fecal matter is not added to the fields as such. Then during floods what happens is the water is present in excessive amount and the fecal matter it mixes with the water and then is transmitted from one place to another and as such क्योंकि mix हो गया होता है the water it becomes unfit for drinking. अगर प्रॉपर ड्रेनेज सिस्टम नहीं होगा, अगर ट्रीटमेंट नहीं किया जाएगा ऑफ दिस फ्लड वाटर, then it might lead to transmission of various diseases. So if these 5 F's, the steps are carried on, then it will result in healthy lifestyle and a healthy individual. Now what is the difference between health and disease free? So like we discussed कि health जो होती है वो it is a complete state of physical, mental and social well-being. Whereas जब हम disease free की बात करते हैं, it simply means absence of a disease, absence of some other some kind of physiological malfunction, right? However, अगर हम इन दोनों को compare करें ना, तो health as such incorporates individual, community as well as social environment, whereas disease is actually only related to the individual alone. So as such, अगर हम health और disease free को compare करें, health actually incorporates the individual also, his physical environment as well as his social environment, जबकि disease is only related to a particular individual. Disease के केस में there is uneasiness, discomfort, the person is not able to become productive to an efficient level, whereas when the person is healthy, he has a good lifestyle, a good productivity, and he is efficient at his work. An individual may be disease free, but he might be having a poor health. जबकि जब हम health की बात करते हैं, the person is also disease free when he has a good health. So what exactly is a disease? Well, disease जो word है ना, वो आए ही दो अलग अलग words को combine करके है, dis and ease, meaning without ease, discomfort. So a disease is a discomfort that the body experiences. It might be physical or mental. So it might be a result of physiological malfunctions जो कि cause हो सकते हैं because of physiological reasons, या फिर कोई extrinsic factor such as pathogens, या फिर it can also be transmitted via generations, right? So that is how diseases are caused. When a person is affected by the disease, the normal functioning of one or more organ system is basically disrupted, या फिर the appearance, the structure of different organs can also change, and it changes for the worse in case of diseases. These changes, they give rise to various symptoms and signs of the disease. So what are the symptoms of disease? Symptoms are characteristic changes that occur in an individual's normal bodily functions due to certain infestation of diseases. Now, जो symptoms होते हैं ना, they are indicative that there is a disease. However, they do not indicate the exact type of disease. Like for example, there can be various symptoms, like for example, pain, swelling, inflammation, right? There may be joint pains, fever हो सकता है, right? So these are all symptoms. However, when we go to the doctor, when we go to the physician, he basically, on the basis of these symptoms, he looks for signs, and accordingly tests perform किए जाते हैं, right? So these signs, they give us a little more information, a definite indication of what kind of disease can be present in an individual. So basically, the doctor, according to the symptoms that are shown by the individual, by the diseased individual, he tries to analyze the signs and subsequently perform prognosis. Now, what are the kinds of diseases? See, depending on their duration, diseases can be of two kinds: acute and chronic. Acute diseases are those which last for a very short period of time. So as such, हम generally ये देखते हैं, they are caused by external agents which are present in our environment. Like for example, headache, common cold, etc. इन diseases का as such कोई long lasting effect नहीं होता है body पे. थोड़े time के बाद the individual as such becomes disease free. Whereas when we talk about chronic diseases, these are class of disease which last for a long period of time. So as such, it takes a lot of time to heal also, and जो भी chronic symptoms होते हैं ना, they actually have a long lasting effect on the body of the individual. They may be caused by both external factors also as well as internal factors. Examples are tuberculosis, heart diseases, elephantiasis, etc. Now what are the effects of chronic diseases? अब क्योंकि हमने बात करी है about duration of disease, जनरली जो acute diseases होती हैं वो थोड़े टाइम के लिए अपने symptoms शो करती हैं and as such then the body reverts back to its original healthy form. Effects of chronic diseases, however, may be long lasting. Chronic diseases, they take a relatively long period also, and hence they are likely to affect our general health. Like for example, जो normal growth और development होता है children का, उसको hamper कर सकता है. It can increase the stress level in the adults. They can make us feel tired and exhausted and lethargic all the time. They can also lead to an increase or decrease in weight. Increase or decrease in our appetite can also be one of the effects of a chronic disease. They can also affect our day-to-day activities, ability to learn new things. As such, हमारा जो mental function होता है उसको hamper कर सकता है. Hence, we can say that chronic diseases in fact have long-term effects on our general health than if we compare it to acute diseases. So this was all for today's lecture. We'll meet again in the next class wherein we are going to discuss further about various causes of disease. Till then, revise all this. Stay tuned. Thank you.